Hey there, adventurers, and welcome back to another episode of the Awkward Dungeon Master. This week, I want to talk to you guys about etiquette at the gaming table. So, this seems to be coming up a lot recently at various different tables that I play at or that I'm running, is etiquette. So, let's start from the beginning of the gaming session, shall we? This was a big one that my Wednesday night DM actually had to have a discussion with everybody about because it was starting to become a bigger and bigger problem. Now, it's not just with our table. There are four tables that run currently at the gaming store on Wednesday nights. And a trend that's kind of started to happen is everybody keeps showing up later and later to the sessions. Start time is 6 o'clock. None of the games are really starting until 6:30 because nobody's really showing up on time. And that's kind of been a problem, especially at the game store, for a long time. So our GM was very frustrated because it was 10 minutes after 6 o'clock, and I think he said he had one player sitting at the table. And this was a night I missed because of work, but I am also guilty of occasionally being late, so I'm just going to shame myself there for a minute too because I am not guiltless in this. No one is. One of the things I cover in this video today, you will be guilty of. Just try to do better. That's all I'm saying. So I've been trying to be better about being on time to his sessions particularly, regardless of what else I have going on during my day. Because honestly, it's disrespectful to his time, and it's disrespectful to the time of all the other players that play the table with me, even if we're all guilty of being late to some degree or at different times. So just be on time to your gaming session. It's going to be much more appreciated by everyone involved, I promise you. Here's the thing too, if you don't show up on time to the gaming session, you don't get to game as much, and that's also kind of sad and depressing. And it makes it harder for your GM to plan the amount of content that is going to be played for that night, as well as what a good stopping point is going to wind up being for that evening, because if you're 30 minutes late, it could possibly push their timeline back 30 minutes, and now you're not at a good stopping point, you're in the middle of a motherfucking combat. I've never had that happen, that was not bitterness at all. Another thing I really want to cover, because this I have seen other people do, and I am guilty of it as well, is having your motherfucking cell phone out during the game. And I don't mean like checking a text message really quickly when you get one. I don't mean, oh, I got a phone call, I need to take this, so I'm going to step out of the room for a minute. I mean being on your phone for 20 plus minutes. Or, because I shit you not, I caught a guy doing this one night. He was watching fucking anime with captions. What the damn hell? Did you want to play D&D? Or did you want to watch anime? Because you could have just stayed home. That's all I'm saying. And along those same lines, if you are on your phone, don't get irritated when you don't know what the fuck is going on. That's all I'm going to say. If you're on your phone and you don't know what's going on, don't be a jerk about it. It's your own damn fault. Try to catch up with everybody else. If you want to be clueless, that's on you. But try not to be disruptive to the game. Nextly, like the exact opposite problem, which I also see a lot of, there is the I'm not paying attention or engaging with anybody because I'm on my cell phone. Likewise, there is a I need to insert myself into every single damn scene that exists in this game tonight. And no one else is allowed to talk. Because I have those players that will literally talk over everyone else at the table. And no matter what I do as a GM, like I can try really hard to include that player, but god damn it, if you're louder than everyone else in the room, I'm eventually going to have to ask you to shut the fuck up. And that has happened. Please don't think I'm a bitch. I just get frustrated sometimes, like most GMs do. Let's talk about some more etiquette, shall we? Because that's the topic of the video today. Don't tell other people what to do with their characters. Even if it is not the most optimal thing for that character to do, it may be completely in line with the character that they have made. Their personality, their backstory, you don't know what all that stuff is, so leave them the damn hell alone, especially if they're new players. I'm not saying you can never ever give them advice, because giving advice is very different than telling somebody what to do. Giving advice, and I do this often when I'm GMing with new players at the table, I say, hey, here are some options for you, and this would be kind of why you would do those things. So, for example, when giving someone advice as opposed to telling them what to do with their character, Actually, I'm going to use an example from a game we just had recently. So everybody was going down, the fight was really hard, so we had a few people not show up to the session that night, so it was a little bit OP for what they were able to handle. We had one new player one player who's complete chicken shit, and then, I say this with love, and then 2 others who had fallen unconscious and were making death saving throws. Now, the new player wanted to help these other 2, but would have had to make a check to jump over a sewer canal and wasn't sure that she could do it. The player that wanted to run away and leave them to die was like, no, you need to follow me. She didn't want to leave them, so instead of following that person, she backed up. But that player who tried to tell her what to do was like, no, this is the most optimal thing that you're supposed to do with your character, so you have to do this. It's dictated. It's the only thing that makes sense, so you have to do it. No, she doesn't. God bless this girl that she understands role-playing, because she's like, no, I don't know you guys. Why would I follow you? Good girl. I like you. We can work together. I will also say this about telling new players what to do. And this is from my SCA days, so if you don't know what that is, it's a medieval reenactment group. But the guys that I used to sword fight with literally told me day 1, don't break the newbies, you'll have nothing to play with later. And oh my god, were they right. So, don't break the newbies. Give them a chance to learn, give them some advice, give them options, and then let them make choices. Let them deal with the consequences of their choices so that they learn. I think that about covers all of my little pet peeves for etiquette at the gaming table. Hopefully you guys don't hate me exponentially for this one. But if you have anything that I missed, please throw that in the comments down below. I'd love to chat with you guys about other pieces of etiquette that you use at the gaming table. And until next time, keep it rolling, adventurers.